I'd like to make a collect call, please. First name Bob, last name is We Oughta Baby Eats a Boy.
Hello?
Collect call for Mr. Bob. We Oughta Baby Eats a Boy.
Sorry, wrong number.
Who's that, dear?
Bob, they had a baby. It's a boy.
Oh.
Stop it!
Does that disgust you? Well, you disgust me.
I just started this job and my plugs weren't taking. My parents were brutally murdered and I was fat. So I turned to pot hoping it would solve my problems. But you know something? The only thing it fixed was my life. Look, all I'm saying is if you still want to smoke pot, then be prepared to spend a lot of time laughing with your friends.
What makes people all over America break down and cry like this? Call 1-900-9099-CRY and hear it for yourself. $2 for the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute. If you're under 18, ask your parents before you call. 1-900-9099-CRY.
Oh, Marlena. What a dump.
Let's face it, college is expensive. You got tuition, room and board, a lot of lights. Stereo equipment! But one thing's not expensive. 1-800-COLLECT. It saves up to 44%. That's a lot of money.
Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome to No Offense, All Offense with me, stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture, Joleen Lunzer. We have so much to talk about today in pop culture news. We're also going to be talking about the premiere of The Valley. So smash that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold. But don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Welcome back to my channel, everyone. It's Thursday. Hopefully you are doing well. Like I said, smash that like if you have not already. Let's set a like goal for 556. That just feels right. It feels right. If this is your first time here, hello, I am stand-up comedian Joleen Lunzer, and I love all things pop culture, reality TV, and all the naughty stuff you're not supposed to like, and you're supposed to be paying attention to things that enrich your brain. And I instead pay attention to things that turn my brain into garbage. All right. Just a note, we take a comedic look, we roast, we recap, we find the funny. I'm very opinionated, but you are welcome to have your opinions in the chat, and you can be here even if you don't agree with me. As long as no one's being an a-hole, we can have a good time. So please, if you are joining in the live chat, like Becktown is here, sound off. Comment on everything you want to. Tell us all your hopes, thoughts, dreams, and opinions about the conversation that we're having and the topics that we are discussing. If you want to support the channel further than liking or subscribing, you can always hit me up on the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Thank you to those of you who have done that. You can also send a super chat while we're live. I'll highlight your comment. We can talk about it. Or if you are watching after this video is live, you can always send what's called a super thanks. And shout out to those of you who have sent recent super thanks. Jamie, thank you so much. Kelly, Stephen, Jody, appreciate you all. And otherwise, you can also join my YouTube membership, Patreon, lots of ways to support the channel, but really liking, subscribing, sharing my channel out is all you need to do. No pressure, just if you feel so inclined. All right, so happy Thursday. It's tie-dye Thursday. Yes, the tie-dye, the tie-dye, the tie-dye. So I see already a lot of opinions about Jax and the Valley, and I have a lot of opinions as well. I'm still learning everybody's name, but I think first we'll start with a little pop culture news, roast, recap, those kind of things. And then we'll get into the Valley toward the end of the stream. So that if you're watching later, just know that if you're not into the Valley, you don't got to worry until later on in the stream. And then you can give it a shot or you can turn it off. It's completely up to you, you guys. Okay. Oh, wow. We have some good news coming out of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Yes. I don't know if there's been a least favorite housewife in a while than this Anna Maria, whatever her name ended up being, whatever happened with her. She's already been told by Bravo, you're not coming back. So she's a one and done. She is a one-hit wonder. Maybe there was some rumors and some nastiness surrounding her husband and what he allegedly did.
Where's Meredith Marks when I need her? The rumors, the nastiness, the rumors, the nastiness. You want me to go there with her husband? I can go there. You can leave.
So let me know if anyone is upset that she's not coming back. I don't know if there are any Anne Marie, whatever her name is, fans besides people who might be friends with her. Okay. Bridget says happy about that. Susie at Susie SP Squirrel is giving that clapping emojis. Intergalactic is we're strong. And praying. I guess you prayed for that intergalactic defender. Yvonne says, bye, Felicia. Linda says, not upset at all. I don't think we're going to see a lot of people that are upset that Anne Marie is leaving. She came on The Housewives. I don't know what she was doing other than calling out Sutton's esophagus issues, and it wasn't entertaining. It wasn't fun. And once we found out more about her, we didn't like it, because we found out about her nasty husband and the SA claims against him. So I was like, no, thank you. No, thank you, Anne Marie. Okay, so she hit her Instagram for a long post about this. It's like, we don't need to. You were on for a season. It should be 2 sentences. Thanks. Didn't work out. Keep following me. Bye. That's it. I just don't see why. But here we go. Anne Marie. So she's Anne Marie. Okay, whatever. We didn't even know her name. What's up, Steven? All right. Anne Marie Wiley says, I just got word today that I will not be returning to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. To say that I'm disappointed is an understatement. Okay. It didn't even look like you liked being there, but all right. I never auditioned for this show. All right. What do you want? What do you want? A cookie? I don't understand. The show found me and asked me to be on it out of the blue 6 weeks after the cast had already started filming. Well, that's too bad. You don't really want to take a job like that very late, you know. Interesting. Okay. So they were already filming for 6 weeks. Damn. That's not good, Beverly Hills. Bravo. I was thrown into filming 2 weeks later. Mid-season, I was very excited about the opportunity, and I thought following exactly what I was instructed to do throughout filming last season was the way the game... What? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's read this sentence again. Okay, Anne Marie, just say bye. Just say bye. But I want to read this, sort of, kind of, not really. No offense, all offense. Okay. I was very excited about the opportunity. And I thought following exactly what I was instructed to do throughout filming last season was the way the game was played. And she put game was played in parentheses. Listening to what I was instructed to do was my rookie mistake. What I am disappointed about is that the fans never got to see the real me or even a glimpse of my unique life story. Contrary to what was shown on TV, I am not obsessed with the esophagus, LOL. So she's basically saying production, Kyle, somebody told her what to do on the show and how to play the game, and she didn't trust herself, follow her instincts, or she wasn't allowed to. I do know that from the reunion, you know, she did say she was going through quite a bit, like her mom, unfortunately, being sick and passing, and they didn't highlight any of that, which I thought was strange because it was a big part of her life. And we didn't hear a lot about her kids, but I kind of think after they cast her, they probably were like, ooh, we probably should have vetted this better, because let me just tell you, in the future, Bravo and, you know, True Reality, whatever the production company is that they go through, I forget the name. We don't want any housewives that have been accused or convicted of committing SA, DV, and we also don't want any of their husbands to do that. I can't invest in the story of their life when there's a woman out there who has very valid, very specific claims against Anne Marie's husband. There are so many people out there who haven't done that. Why are we not looking at that? Should be number one. No. Rob a bank? Okay. I'll still watch. You know what I mean? You can be the villain. But any kind of DVSA stuff, just let them stay home. Don't put them on camera, and definitely look into that shit. And so I think once they found out, oh shit, we didn't vet her completely and her story and her family, they knew that they couldn't bring her back, and they probably didn't want to show much of her home life because that husband, let's talk about the husband. What I am, she says, is a woman, a proud Black woman who is truly blessed with a wonderful, strong Black man as my husband, who lifts me up. You raise me up. Sorry. And our 4 wonderful children up with so much love and positivity on a daily. Okay, well, it sounds like you're just like trying to make a case for the husband, and I wouldn't. But then again, I would hope that I wouldn't be married to someone who allegedly did what they're saying your husband did. But okay. It was an important mission of mine for the next season to show a solid Black family unit that and that true Black love exists. Oh, that would have been great to watch. Had your husband not been, not convicted, I should say, but accused of horrendous things. That would have been great to watch. But there are lots of franchises that do show that. Do we need more of that? Of course. And do we need that in franchises and more diversity within franchises that seem to be the majority white? Yeah, we do. But unfortunately, again, comes back to the husband and the esophagus too. So she wanted to show that true Black love exists even in Beverly Hills. My struggle with losing my mother to lung cancer within weeks of taping. I mean, that's horrible. Very sorry, Anne Marie, to hear that. That's horrendous. So her struggle losing her mom, and within weeks of taping, and my struggle with adoption trauma. Oh, she was adopted? They basically edited you out while you were on the show, girl. And what was going to be, and still will be, a new life journey for me to find my biological parents. Okay, I feel like we've seen that before on TV, but I hope the best for you. All of which was taped, but never shown last season. I don't think they wanted people to get warm and fuzzy to Anne Marie because they were like, we're not keeping this housewife because it's too controversial with the husband and the SA claims. Okay. All of which was taped but never shown last season. And then there's more. Oh my God. Oh, among other things they didn't show. To the fans that saw past what was portrayed and saw the real me. Okay, can you please stand up like Eminem says? Please stand up, because I don't know any of them. Thank you so much for the love and support. I wish all the ladies good luck on the next season, except for Sutton and her dirty ass lying esophagus. She didn't write that part. I added it. And thank you, bravo, for the opportunity. But was it an opportunity? Because they didn't show the things you said you taped. As an athlete, oh my, is she, what? Was she some professional athlete I didn't know about? I thought she just talked about going into high school early and at the gym. If that's the case, I'm an athlete too. Currently not practicing, but did I miss that? Is she like strong woman? Is she in the Olympics? Was she like a college athlete? Maybe I missed that part. So as an athlete, challenges only make you stronger and more determined to prosper. I'm excited for the new opportunities ahead that celebrate positivity, truth, authenticity, and the values I truly align with. Until we meet again, thank you, Anne Marie, except for when it comes to your husband. Okay. Olivia, thank you so much for the first super chat of the live. Olivia Parker says, I don't watch any of the Bravo shows, just watch your recaps because they are way more entertaining. Thank you, Olivia, and your sweet little baby in your picture. Can't wait for a new BB season. Sending much love from NC, North Carolina. Thank you, Olivia. I know, I'm excited. Every year I leave Big Brother and I say, ugh, I need a break. And then I hope for a Celebrity Big Brother. We didn't get it this year. We got Reindeer Games, which I liked. And then around now, I'm like, I could do Big Brother again. I could have Big Brother. So it's coming soon. My husband in the chat. Oh, thank you. Hype Man husband Chell says, Joleen is so cool and funny. I mean, he's biased, but he's not wrong. Okay. So she was an athlete. Okay. She was? Like, what did she do? Okay. Anna says the whole statement ignores the transphobia. There's transphobia too? From her husband, Anna? Did I know this? Oh my God. Transphobia and alleged essay being the main reason she's actually getting fired. I gotta look up Anne Marie transphobia. Oh my gosh. Anne Marie, RHOBH, transphobia. I think this does sound familiar. Oh no. Anne Marie, the transphobic wife of an artist, is the new queen of deflection. This is 3 months ago. Okay. All right. I don't remember. It doesn't say what she. Cutting Anne Marie. Wiley, transphobic. Okay. The Real Andy did a video about this. Shout out to The Real Andy. We like him. I don't know. I can't. What? I just see things about her husband that I don't want to read again because it was super gross. But feel free to put in the chat, you guys, where we can find this because ugh. Well, thank you. Child is so sweet. Beyond disappointed, Jen. Don't even get me started. I mean, get me started, but don't get me started. But get me started. So Anne Marie's gone. See ya. Bye. Again, not interested in seeing anyone in the situation that she was in with the husband and all the accusations. It's like, ugh. I want to watch fun stuff. I don't want to watch yuckster stuff. I don't want to watch people with husbands like that. Okay, now this is something I just want to talk about because I don't really talk about these people much ever. But this Kanye and his wife stuff is just, it's getting too far. Why can this woman not ever be clothed? Why? I mean, this is probably the most clothes I've ever seen her wear. Why is he looking like a hefty cinch sack? Like he literally has the garbage bag pants and stuff. Okay, fine. You know, like Missy Elliott in the I can't stand the rain is my window. I can't, like in that Super Duper Fly. But this woman, for the first time, you can't see her vagina, but she's wearing like a Prada diaper, I think. And these bodysuits that are like Skims knockoffs, and it's all areola. I don't understand what's happening. And some people are worried that she's like being held hostage, but I don't know. Maybe she really, I don't know much about the situation. It's weird and it's unfortunate that these are the clothes. I mean, what woman wants to just be out there with your tots going? I mean, I'll be honest. My favorite part of the day is taking my bra off or not having a bra on. But when I'm out in public and it's Jiggle City Township, I don't know. I don't, maybe free the boob. Okay. But I feel like the boobs are heavy and it's a little painful when they're really to get the floppity flop. And she's a beautiful woman, Kanye's wife. I don't know if their marriage is legal or there was talk about that, but what is with the diaper shorts? What is going on? Also, I think the most offensive part of the outfit is those heels. Could it be like a humiliation kink? But he's also humiliating himself. So do they both have humiliation kinks? Are they both into just being humiliated and humiliating each other? Because his outfits are just as embarrassing. I mean, the guy stopped wearing shoes and he's now just wearing, here he's wearing shoes. He's either wearing like moon boots or he's wearing socks that he says are shoes. I don't know. I saw this and I thought, this is an issue. But I mean, if she's happy, God bless. But it looks disturbing. It is a little disturbing, and Kanye, obviously, he's been saying things for quite a while that we're all like, okay, all right. But just like Cat Williams says, what did everyone expect? I mean, we literally let this man walk around and tell us he was basically the second coming and the greatest ever. Which, okay, you got to have a lot of self-esteem, especially in the music business. But then he made an album called Yeezus and everyone was like, hell yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, I really did enjoy Kanye's music. I just wish whatever's happening here is not happening. So Steven says, no way, I believe she's happy. I mean, that's not how I look when I'm happy, but I understand people have different ways to show they're happy. This is just, but why a diaper? Why diaper shorts? And always Always nipping out. Why doesn't he nip out too? You know, if you're really a partnership and a pair, you should nip out together. Why doesn't he wear clothes that show his nipples and his dong? You know, I'm not saying I want to see that. I'm saying if she's got to do it, he should do it too, because we know he was heavily involved in Kim's looks when they were married. He's very into what they wear and like picking it out for her, to the point where it was a little creepy. And Kim's outfits, you know, seem to be similar to what's going on here with his wife. Very bland, very post-apocalyptic. All right. There's just so many things they could have been doing. Couples that nip together, stay together. Yes. And on a positive note, Amy, thank you for seeing the positive. At least her purse matches his tracksuit. Yeah. So they're just, you know, it's like when you go on vacation and you get matching t-shirts with your spouse, or at least that's what I do. The more these pictures come out, I'm like, this shit is disturbing. I don't really want to look into it because bummer city township, but I might have to. All right. Let's get on to Sheena and Lala. All right. So after further investigation into the after show for Vanderpump Rules, and if you missed my Vanderpump Rules roast and recap of the latest episode, it's there for you. I will link it at the end of this video as well, but just go to my Vanderpump Rules season 11 playlist here on YouTube and you can catch that. So Sheena and Lala. Oh my God. So Lala. Okay. I talked about this on my TikTok. If you guys aren't following me on TikTok, feel free to follow me. Lala was on the after show, and Lala basically said that Ariana and Katie have the same business relationship as Schwartz and Sandoval. So Lala was on there next to Brittany, the Kentucky Brittany. She's like, "Hi, it's my birthday, Beatrice." And Lala said, "Yeah, Ariana doesn't tell people about what's going on in her life, and she should have told Sheena about the Dancing with the Stars stuff." And then Lala went on to say that, or as she was mentioning that, Brittany said, "Well, didn't she not tell her business partner Katie about it either?" And I was like, Brittany, are you low key, high key throwing Ariana under the bus? I mean, I would think you have bigger things to worry about with this whole living in an Airbnb since your birthday and your husband not wanting to have the sexual intercourses with you, to then to be talking about who Ariana tells what within her business. So Lala then goes on to describe, she goes, "Yeah, Ariana is never around for Katie and the something about her, basically." And she said that Ariana is basically the Sandoval and Katie is the Schwartz of something about her. So just like Sandoval, how he just dipped out and went on tour with his karaoke band, Jason with the laptop boner, she's saying that's what Ariana's doing, how she's just not involved in the restaurant and she's just taking these opportunities, not telling Katie and leaving Katie to clean up the messes and worry about the business. I'm like, damn, Lala, what in the hateration is going on over here? I'll never understand why we can't get a damn season. When the men blow everything up, we still can't get a season where the women come together and are like, screw you dudes, and they support each other and they thrive. Do you understand? Women want to see that. We're not so one-dimensional that we just want to see women fighting. We actually would like to see, or I should say, fighting each other. We'd like to see women fighting men, or, you know, banding together to support each other and to kill it and, you know, be successful. We would actually like to see that. But yet the men continue to be trash and placated, and the women are pitted against each other. And they're feeding into it. And if I was Lala or I was Sheena, I would be like, I'm not feeding into that. Okay. This season is me. If I was Sheena, I'd be like, this season is going to be me talking about things going on in my relationship and my postpartum stuff, because that's far more interesting than her being like, she didn't tell me about Dancing with the Stars. And not trying to be friends with Sandoval again, because he doesn't deserve my friendship. And if I was Lala, I would be like, hell no, I'm going to freaking, you know, boom, boom, boom. I'm going to pop all the dudes. Every time we're out, I'm going to pop off on a dude. Okay. And then some days I want to feel gentle, because we know Lala said she wants to feel gentle and soft. Some days I won't pop off on a dude, but I'll be thinking about popping off on a dude. Pop, pop, you know. Lauren from Utah, I would not allow this if I was them. I just wouldn't. It's not only a horrible look, and they're being horrible friends to Ariana and Katie, but I think it is also bad for business. Unless the goal is, I can only think, to really push Ariana and Katie off the show or push themselves onto the Valley, which I'm pretty sure they're headed there because they were in the Valley premiere. They both bought houses in the Valley. But other than that, why wouldn't you work together? You got all your best deals and made money, and you had emo night, and you had Uber Eats, and you had all these things. Send it to Daryl when you were aligning with your friend who was with your like scorned friend, because women want to support women who support women. We like that shit. I'm not going to speak for all women because I know there's some women out there who are like, I think all women are difficult and bitches. And you're like, really? Really? I don't know. I think there's a problem with you when you can't get along with your gender. I really do. I think if you are someone like, I can't have female friends. Well, first of all, you call them females. So that might be the problem. Because that's like, what in the Andrew Taint are you saying? You know what I mean? We don't call each other females unless you're going to see a fight go down. So when they're like, I can't be friends with other women's. What? You can't be friends with women? That's society. That's conditioning telling you can't. You definitely can. We're great. Okay? Ask a woman in the chat. We're awesome. We're fantastic. Brea Pond, thank you so much for the super chat. And Brea says, love your Vanderpump recap. Sending Minnesota love. Thank you. And I will keep you guys up to date when I do book some stand-up shows in Minnesota, because I do want to record my album there. So shout out to Minnesota, my home. Okay. Yes. And tea from the reunion is apparently Lala and Ariana may have had it out. Also, Katie and Lala, something might have went down. And I'm thinking, with both Toms sitting there, you found the need to go after each other? And then Lala was on the talk, which, okay. And little Jerry O'Connell in those little colored pants. He was just like, oh, I got peach pants on. And they're like, Lala, tell us what's going on. And she said, oh, let me tell you something. Okay, let's see what Lala has to say. So on the talk, did I screen record it? I might have saved it under let me pull up my Twitter, you guys, because it'll never be X to me. And Lala was like, 2 of them things is true. Okay? But I'm not going to tell you which one. Or one of them things is true of the 2. And I'm like, huh? What's she talking about? Lala, what's going on? Who hurt you? Well, I know Randall hurt you, but that's not anyone else's fault on this show. Go after Randall. I don't know. If I was Lala, I would honestly ask Randall's ex, do you want to come on the show? Should we keep like pushing the awareness around Randall and how it's an interesting story that those two have become so close and friends and their kids are close. I'd rather see that than whatever Lala is trying to give us with fighting. Okay. Where did I save this? Oh, damn. I just have too many bookmarks. I get too excited. I see all these things. I'm like, that'll be great. All right. Maybe I screen recorded it. Maybe I lied. Is it this one? Nope. This is Jackson Brittany. Is it this one? Nope. That's the Valley. Is it this one? No, that's Rotten Hill. Is it this one? Oh, yeah, here we go.
If I haven't talked to you since 2023, take that as a fucking sign that you don't exist to me anymore. Damn, you fucking bug.
Okay, I don't know what that was.
You just finished filming season 11 reunion episode, and word from the curb is Ariana had words for you. So are y'all still friends? Y'all cool with each other? What happened?
I think the exact tweet was Ariana eviscerated Lala at the reunion, and it was friendship ruining, and only one of those things is true. I'll let y'all decide.
Yeah.
I mean, this is how far down we've come. Coming off of that, what could have caused that other than jealousy? What in the what? Why would it be friendship ruining while you sit there and give the Toms the time of day? While you compare Schwartz, who has said the most awful things about you, to your dad? to your late father. What? And she seemed like, yeah, this is what you want. No, that's not. Nobody wants that. I don't want to watch these two fight. I really don't. I don't. I thought you were going to be soft. What happened to that? But not on the women? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't. So apparently she's probably like, she didn't eviscerate me, but they're not friends anymore. So I'm assuming the part where they're not friends anymore, and that's just my assumption, speculation, is the part that's true, which is so stupid because you had, even if it wasn't a friendship, you had an alliance. And Ariana and you have been better off. You've had your, rocky moments. Everyone has on the show, but better off together and with the women united. I don't understand. Natasha B says, I'm confused. Why are they still IG friends? And Ariana messaging happy birthday Ocean a couple days ago. I mean, who knows? Are they just like feeding us this? And now they're like, oh, we have to create another evisceration reunion because we know this season is so horrible. And how we're trying to make bully everyone into befriending Tom when they're not ready to yet, or they don't want to ever again. Is this what they're doing? Because when Katie was on Watch What Happens Live, she was talking about the reunion. She's like, I'm still recovering. And apparently like Lala and Sheena, they went out to do miniature golf. And I think Ariana had to get back on a red eye to go back and do Broadway. And then Katie didn't want anything to do with going miniature golfing or the Toms, wherever the Toms went, which was probably to, Sharts and Skeezies or to Jax's backyard bar. Jax's tent bar, whatever he's got going on in Studio City. Yeah, definitely not a girl's girl this season. It's whatever they say. Oh my gosh. It's so disheartening that we're coming off of Scandal, which is only a year ago. And the season is only 7 episodes in. And we already have the women turning on each other. Yet there sits Tom Sandoval with zero accountability, still yelling at the women, still fighting. But the women are going to, they're going to fight. I don't understand. Okay, let's take a listen to a little bit of, let's see if do I have a little bit of what Lala was saying about the Ariana thing. Is this it? Oh no, this is Brock talking about his threesome. I think I totally forgot to talk about that in the recap yesterday. Brock saying he had a threesome with like 2 dudes, and then later he was like, no, there was 4. It was, I got confused because they were talking and you guys were saying threesome. I got excited, but it was 4 people. It was like a whole orgy. And then she was like, I had an orgy with John Mayer. I wouldn't brag about that. I'm sorry, I wouldn't brag about that. I just wouldn't. I'm surprised John Mayer didn't say anything, but I would, if I was Sheena, I'd almost be pissed because John Mayer liked to tell everybody about all his sexual exploits, but he never said nothing about Sheena. You should call him, Sheena, and be like, excuse me, why wasn't my body a wonderland when you were just spilling the beans and getting in trouble for it about all the women? What's going on? What's happening? But she said she had an orgy with John Mayer, and she said John Mayer is an A-list celebrity. No offense, all offense. My mom saw John Mayer in concert. She didn't know who the man was. I had to say, Nana, this is who it is. She went with her friend Jill, who's a John Mayer fan, and God bless. But is he A-list? I don't, huh? Okay. And she's like, this is a long time ago. And then Brock's like, yes, and me too, Nate, me too. I was with, what was it? I drank too many Fosters, Australian for beer. And we went, it's me and Hector. No, it's my friend Hector. And then there was 2 girls, and we did it all together. And I added up the gender until they said, okay, 2 dicks, okay, 2 vaginas. That's 50-50. So it's not gay. If anyone was thinking it's gay, and we're like, we weren't, we don't care. So it was a dick and a dick, and then 2 vaginas. I liked it. We had kangaroos watching. There was a boomerang. Okay, you can do a lot with a boomerang if you think about it. It's pretty interesting. Okay, and I woke up and I was like, did this happen? And it did, because the kangaroo filmed it and he showed it to us, and we were like, oh, okay, thank you, kangaroo, because otherwise we wouldn't know. And then he released it and he made money off it, which I think is very wrong. It's like revenge porn. And we could have used that money during the Panakuchen when Sheena had to get money from Tom Sandy Butt. But you can see it on Pornhub, allegedly. Me and two guys, one guy, Hector, and then two vaginas. John Mayer. Wanda says, I don't know why they want to brag about orgies, but good for them. I don't either. God bless, but I don't know. I don't know. And then Lala admitted on the after show, she was like, I've never had anal. And Brittany, you should have saw Brittany's face when Lala said that. So it was Lala and Brittany in the after show. I'll pull up a picture of Brittany just for fun as we talk about it. Okay, apparently Brittany, she does the anal. Okay, and no offense to any anal. You can do whatever you want. Sex is your thing, but it's your business. But they made it our business. And Lala's like, yeah, I've never done that. And Kentucky Brittany was like, what? Oh my God, you never did the anal in the butt? You never did that. Oh, I've done it. Me and Jax when he wanted to have sex with me. I'm Brittany. So Brittany was like, oh my God, I thought you were a freak. And Lala's like, yeah, everyone thinks like, because I say I'm a freak in bed that I've done it, but I know. Lala said she knows what happens down there. And she said after coffee and a vape. So she doesn't want anyone in the back door. And then friggin' Brittany was like, I've done it. I have. I've done it. I've done. Yes, I have. I've done a little bit of anal. And I was like, okay, Brittany, thank you. Thank you. That's enough. That's not. I did it on Thursday. We're like, we don't need to know all of that. But thank you. Yeah. Was Andy at Sheena's orgy with John Mayer? Is this going to be in one of the complaints against him ultimately? Lucinda says Lala and Sheena are just doing what Lisa told them to do. She can't lose Tom because then she'll have to rename the bar. Exactly. It's too hard to rename the bar. They could just call it Tom. Tom and the same Tom. One Tom. Tom one. Tom Thumb. That might be copyrighted already. Copywritten, so don't copy. I'm not into it, but Lala seemed like I thought for sure Lala was like, you got to get through the back before you get to the front. I thought she was 100% just like, you got to use the back door, like hippies use the back door, no exceptions. I really thought she was, but she's not. And it's sometimes the people that talk about sexy time the freakiest are the ones who are not the freakiest. Not that that's like freaky or should be shamed or anything. But Brittany was like, it's shake and bake and I helped. It's back door and I did it. What is happening with Brittany? So Brittany allegedly had chin lipo, which I would love. She said she's got a turkey gobbler. Who doesn't? Girl, welcome to, being in your late 30s, 40s, and forever. I know there are people blessed out there who don't have that, but I definitely got a little something, a little jiggler, a little giblet under here, a little gibby gib, little hi. How you doing, Joleen? Oh, pretty good. And I'm sure a better diet, things like that, it could probably shrink up, but I just, my chin I don't have a very prominent chin. Neither does Brittany. But Brittany went and got herself some lipo. I'm getting a lipo, Jax. I'm getting lipo. It's all the beer cheese. The beer cheese right there. But something's going on. I looked at just even when Brittany was last on Vanderpump and just gorgeous. And I'm just like, no, don't let the industry and stuff ruin you. And she has just these two teethers or she's like, Jax, you don't want to have sex with me, Jax. You're rotten hell. You liar. I don't know what's happening with Brittany. I'm worried about her. But I'm also worried that she's so involved in other people's business, talking about who Ariana tells news to and Ariana's business. But when you got a lot of problems at home, a lot, Brittany, oh no. So yeah, they had the backdoor talk and Lala was just like, no, I don't do that. Ew. And Brittany was like, I love it. Oh, I shouldn't say she loved it, but she was like, of course I've done it. What? I don't know why that's her voice. But yeah. Okay. Speaking of Brittany, so what we learned on the Valley was that there's no cheating allegedly, even though there's allegations, and we're going to hear about it on the show, that Jax has allegedly cheated, which would be no shocker because clearly from tonight's or last night's or Tuesday night's episode premiere of The Valley, he hasn't really changed much. Okay. But the problem has become that he wouldn't go to therapy, according to Brittany, and he didn't want to have sex with her. Well, normally, if your guy doesn't want to have sex with you, he's probably having sex with someone else, especially someone like Jax. Or maybe he's having a little ED and he doesn't want to talk about it because he's embarrassed. I don't know. But Jax, he just strikes me as a type of guy. I don't know how Brittany's surprised. I mean, the guy put like triple E jugs in your body, jugs that don't fit your body. He made you carry 4 watermelons on your chest when there was nothing wrong with your tots before. I mean, God bless if women go get changed. I've had a nose job. Like, do what you got to do to make yourself feel good. Okay. But Brittany, I remember she didn't want them big titties. She was like, I don't want them big tots. Who, if you're not like in the sex work industry or something where you can actually make you some money, who the fuck wants to carry around like big, huge juggamuggas? Who? Maybe when you're young, but you got to think eventually you're going to get old. Even when you go to sleep, your back's going to hurt if you sleep the wrong way. And then you just got these huge tots that don't fit your frame and you got to carry them around and then you're going to get pregnant and then they fill with milk and then maybe they'll deplete or they'll get bigger. You can't be putting those, even the plastic surgeon, remember the episode of Vanderpump Rules when they did the boob job? The plastic surgeon himself was like, I wouldn't have went this high, this big on this little woman. I just wouldn't have. But that's what he wanted. And Jax was like, I'm paying for them. They're my titties. No, girl, it's your body. It's your titties. What are you doing? So here's Brittany talking about the decline of her marriage, allegedly.
There's a moment where you open up about,
Oh, and shout out to Page 6, Evan Real. We love Evan Real, who is the one conducting this interview.
Jax not wanting to be intimate, and that probably impacted your self-esteem. I know it impacted my self-esteem. How did you work through that and get to where you are today? You look very confident today.
Thank you. I mean, I think I had to just be like, I'm hot as hell, and I'm not going to listen to this bullshit anymore. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I think that, like, we've been together for 9 years, and people stop like appreciating and like take you for granted after some time. And that should never happen in a marriage. So that's what I'm trying to get back. And if it doesn't come back, then we won't get back together.
Oh, how are you guys working to get that back? Are you in therapy together or are you just taking your sweet space?
I'm taking my sweet space. I moved into an Airbnb the day before my birthday, January 24th. So I've already been out for a hot minute now. And I just like, I asked him to do little things. 4 little things, and
can you name one of those 4 little things?
Go to therapy was one of them.
Not cheap.
I haven't done that yet. So like there's like different little things that I've asked him to do. We'll see if he does it all, but we'll see if it changes.
The trailer that obviously.
Okay, so Jax, I thought you were so evolved. The way you were talking, you were just such a changed man. But you won't even do a little therapy? You scared of a little therapy, Jax? You scared of a little therapy? So Brittany walking around with her huge juggamuggas, her huge tots. And like everyone's saying in the chat, I mean, so many of us, I too, I want a breast reduction. I want to be in the itty bitty titty committee. I want to be in the throw on a t-shirt and be able to run and nothing moves committee. Like I want them high and tight and just, it's like, dudes, do you think dudes want to walk around with gigantic balls that they got to carry? No. I saw the episode of South Park with Randy Marsh. He thought that would be cool, but it's actually not that cool. Sometimes then you can't fit in the door, but he just wanted some medical marijuana. So shout out to Randy Marsh. But no, it's a lot to carry. And as you get older and gravity and no, no way. All right. Yeah. All right, you guys. So let's get into the Valley premiere. So those of you who are like, I do not want to learn about this show, this is what we're going to be talking about, but we'll make it funny. All right. I don't know everyone's name. So we're just going to we're going to guess. We're just going to make up names for them and we'll learn as we go because it's one episode. Okay. I know Janet because so far Janet and her hottie husband are the only ones that I'm really invested in. And also Miss America, who's married to the guy from iCarly. And I didn't watch iCarly because I was too old, I think, when that came out. I was already at the bars partying, showing my own tots. So I was busy. I wasn't watching the Disney Channel. But I like the Miss America lady. She just popped out 2 babies. They got 3 babies, 3 under 4 or 3 under 3 or 3 under 2. I think he says 3 under 2. The husband does. I'm just going to call him iCarly. And Miss America was just, she's emotional. She just had a baby. Her body just did this amazing thing. Let's cut her a little bit of slack. Okay. And Janet, I'm getting heavy Stassi energy. Like early Stassi. She was like, yeah, I hope my baby doesn't turn out like me, because I was a really big brat and I actually took over the primary bedroom. Like she Regina Georged her way, Mean Girl style, into her parents' homeowner suite, into the primary bedroom. She didn't have a kid's bedroom. She's like, no, they had to give it to me. So she's going to bring some drama. I felt like she was not insufferable yet, which was very refreshing. I liked her energy. So again, it's been 1 episode and I thought her husband's cute. I mean, he's a corporate lawyer. When I found out he does the law for the corporations, I was like, okay, well, I mean, it'd be hotter if you didn't, but everyone's got to make money. You got to pay to live in the valley. But finally we have like, I hope he's not a douche. I think his name is Jason. Finally we have like an attractive guy on these shows. I mean, let me know what you guys think, but I thought he was very attractive. Like I never think, I mean, some of these guys like this one, oh my God. So there's this Jesse Lally, holy douche nozzle city township. And he's married to a woman. I hope she cheats on him. You know what I mean? I rarely wish people to get cheated on, but this man deserves to get cheated on. He grabbed Kristen's nipple. Now, some might say, well, she grabbed his, but I think we can all agree it's different when you grab a woman's nipple. Okay. And she's besties with his wife, who she looks miserable. Their first scene together, they have 1 kid. They're like, we don't live in the valley. We live behind Chateau Marmont. The Chateau Marmont. Have you heard about it? Chateau Marmont. We live behind there. Yeah. And he seems to be really into, the dog, the daughter, but not the wife. She's like, you don't have pictures of me on your phone, but you have pictures of our daughter and the dog. And he's like, because I have to see you every day. He said, I have to see you. What do you mean have to? His wife seems pretty beautiful. Very insufferable. Very just a whole douchebag. And he's really owned that. He's like, yeah, I'm a douchebag. So Brittany had a party for Janet for her birthday, a themed party. It was carnival. I love a carnival because I too, as a Midwest girl, a state fair. Oh my God. If anyone ever throws me a party, make it a state fair themed party. Make it a carnival themed party. I love that. So I get it. I get why Brittany's African token. I love it. I love an elephant ear. And then Janet's like, I'm from Ohio. I love that too. Oh my God. I love hot dogs. So love the theme party. But when they were at the theme party, this Jesse guy whose wife is there, who he is already admitting episode 1, they are close to calling it off. And now, since they have separated, which no shocker there, he was calling Lala his mistress. And Lala, that's what I don't understand about Lala. Lala, where was the gun thingies when this man called you a mistress? It was like, in my midst, and she was like, I haven't called that before. Okay. Okay. And he's like, no, I'm going to be politically correct. I'll call you my side piece. He was already hitting on Lala. Touched Kristen's nipple, was talking about how his wife hates him, says he has to be around her. What a dick. All right. Major dick vibes. Let's see. Who are the other? Okay. So obviously you have iCarly Hannah Montana guy. This is him back in his, I guess, glory days. Now he does voice work. Okay. So he was a working actor. This was just such the look for 2007. You had to have, these guys, they wore the white tees. They had the vests over it and like weird, like dog tag necklaces and just all the pomade in the front of the hair, just straight something about married their hair. And he kind of looks similar to that. I mean, he's older now. He's an older guy. He does look like he could be on The Walking Dead and not as a zombie. Okay. But he does voiceover work for the zombies. And I always forget, there's so much voiceover work out there. And a lot of the things you hear, except for now, whatever AI is going to replace, unfortunately, are done by people. So when he was in his little sound booth in his apartment, and I have a lot of friends who do voiceover work, so there's lots of LA apartments that look like this. If you get like a big closet in Los Angeles and you're living out there and you're an actor, comedian, you're making it into like a little sound booth so you can submit for voice acting. And when he did the zombie, it was so believable. Sir, you have a talent, because I used to love The Walking Dead. Let me see if I think I screen grabbed him doing that, and it was really, really good. Okay.
Know me for doing voiceover for things like The Walking Dead.
I mean, did you guys? That is some good zombie.
Know me for doing voiceover for things like The Walking Dead.
He's like, Bravo team, cover 5. And he's like, and then I do voiceover for SEAL Team 6. So if you can get like good, good gigs doing voiceover stuff, it's a really great field. But yeah, that was his zombie voice, HC. He was like, I mean, mine's okay, but it's not as good. He's like, I believed it. Right? His military man scream was good too. He's like, Bravo team, I sped right ahead. And he was acting it out like such an actor. Such an actor. Tammy says, I'm watching the new Walking Dead. I liked the old one. I didn't finish the series because it went on for a little long. And like, I was like, is anyone alive? Does Rick come back at the end? Do we ever find out? I didn't. One of our friends was like in charge of all the special effects in the later seasons, so we were always so excited for him, so we'd watch occasionally, but I was really into it in the beginning. I think like a lot of people were on The Walking Dead, and then I tried to watch that first Walking Dead spin-off, which was like the prequel, I believe, to it, and then I just got disinterested. So he didn't die? Spoiler alert, Rick didn't die, but all his kids are dead and all of his women's, right? Oh Tammy, I might have to check that out. He comes back, but there was an explosion by like a bridge or water, right? What? I can't remember. All right. Oh my gosh. The Negan thing was like interesting at first, and I do like that actor. I think he's fun and handsome, but that was a lot. Once Glenn, I was like, I can't. Once Negan did him in, I was over it. Just Carl's dead. Oh, okay, just Carl and the first wife. Okay, but not they had a little girl, right? All right. I'm okay with that spoiler. Rick is everything. Oh, he has 2. Oh, good for Rick. I feel so good. I always liked Rick. And is Daryl alive? They should bring Glenn back. That was his name, right? When they killed Glenn, I died inside. Remember they teased it like they were going to kill him, and me and my sister-in-law were like texting each other and we're like, I'm done, because there was always like, if Harold dies, we all, or if Daryl dies, we all die. If Glenn dies, we all die. And then they didn't kill Glenn. I was like, oh, thank God. And then they did. And I was like, oh, no. I understand that like Maggie, that has to happen for Maggie to become who she's going to become. But Glenn, I just loved Glenn. And that actor is so good. The actor that plays Glenn was then in Beef, which is a great show. I believe, did it win an Emmy? It was nominated, I believe, on Netflix, if you haven't checked it out. Daryl's alive too. Oh my God, Daryl. The comics killed Glenn. The show had to go with the comics for that big of a storyline. I would have went against it. But I understand, NYC girl. Oh, that's so nice to hear. Well, there's some good news. So back to these guys who are not dead, but some of their relationships might be. So this gentleman who is the iCarly with his wife, who is the Miss America, they just had twin girls, and they also have a young son, and they're exhausted, yet they do have a little bit of help. They seem to like each other, okay? Now, when the party happened, there was an incident that occurred with this guy where Jax came up behind him as he was taking a picture with Janet and her husband, Jason, and then his wife, Miss America, and Jax depantsed him. And he was like, oh shit. And he was wearing swim trunks. So his ding-a-ling came out. And his wife, Miss America, was very upset. She started crying. And some people might think, oh, that's funny. I would be pissed. If someone did that to my husband when we're in our 40s, I would be like, you better hide the kitchen knives, because hella disrespectful, and just, you're already in your emotions. I'm very protective of my husband too. So if someone tried to pull that shit, I don't think it's funny, because I'm not in high school anymore. So I don't really think that's funny, especially if, like, I would expect my husband to have my back if someone pulled my pants down and my genitals were hanging out, because I have long genitals. No, that's inappropriate. And also not true, maybe. So I thought it was gross. It was weird. It was inappropriate. And did you see who initiated that? Was Brock. Oh, but maybe he'll blame Australian culture. Where are our Australians in the chat? Is this a cultural thing? I don't think so. But Brock was like, do you, yeah, pull his pants down, yeah. And then Brock was like, and so she was crying. I mean, she literally just gave birth to twins. She's very emotional. She's got to go out, schlepp it out to this party. And so they got the two babies with them, and you're trying to be an adult and you're barely getting any sleep. And then here comes asshole Jax, all Adderalled up, allegedly. I mean, we'll talk about that, but his face is like, he's just so intense. Him and Tom Sandoval, you gotta allegedly, everything I say is true except for the parts that are false. Everything's alleged for entertainment purposes only. But they gotta put the addies down. It's time. It just feels like a lot of erratic Adderall energy while it's being abused. That's how it feels. Okay. So Brock said it. They pulled down the pants. Then Brittany was like, well, how you been? What's going on? Did my husband pull your husband's pants down? I'm so sorry. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I don't think he meant it. He didn't know. He's Jax. He's an asshole. And she's like, I just don't think that was appropriate. And they're like, ah. And then Sheena had this smirk. And she was like, so I think Sheena didn't really care. And Lala's there. They had people doing tattoos at this party. It was a pretty good party that Brittany threw. But let's not pants people, okay? So this guy over on the left here, he's Jesse the douche nozzle, is telling Jax, yeah, she doesn't really like me, my wife. It's like, what's to like about you? You're a self-proclaimed asshole. And he was like, I want to drink champagne. And she's like, no, we're not celebrating anything. And Jack's like, well, it's not like you guys are going to like separate or end or, end your marriage or something. He's like, we've talked about it. He's like, oh my God. So Jax is like pretending that he's not currently having relationship issues. So basically he's just doing what Jax does, where he just, is projecting, I guess. So we're like, okay. All right. Now, some of the people lived on the street from each other, so some people were able to get there rather quickly. But this guy, again, he's like, I do not live in the valley. I live behind the Chateau Marmont. This Lego head guy was there. This is Brittany's friend from college. Kristen loves him. They met for lunch with another woman who's on the show. They talked about sex. He didn't want to hear about straight sex. Who does? And I think he's annoying. I think he's going to be annoying. I think he's already annoyed me. Just a little bit I know about him from being in the Vander universe all these years. He seems like a Klingon. I don't care about this man's life. There are so many other men I would rather. But it seems like that is like their friend, their gay friend, and Kristen stole him. It's like, can we get other gay men? Do we just have to have like Brittany's Kentucky friend? Like that's it? That's all we get? Who's like super thirsty? And okay, so Kristen's talking about how she's in this new relationship with this guy, Luke, and he's from Colorado, and they met and they fell in love after they were at a beautiful wedding. It was like Romeo and Juliet, and then they had intercourse behind a tent, just very Kristen. But apparently this relationship started very soon after a breakup she had with her ex. And I can't keep up with Kristen's exes. No offense, all offense. I don't know which one it was. Since Carter, I have no idea, but I know there's been some in between. And according to Jax, Mr. Matrimony, Mr. Relationship Expert, the sex expert, the Dr. Ruth himself, the Dr. Phil, he thinks this is bad because, you guys, I don't want to scare you, but Kristen might be an unwed mother. Not an unwed mother. What is this, 1919? Are you kidding me with this unwed mother shit? First of all, Jax, you're basically, allegedly, on separation status from your wife, who she says you won't even bone her or go to therapy like she asks you to, but it's supposed to be for better or for worse till death do us part. But and we're going to hold you to that. I understand that's not going to be for everybody, but we're going to hold you to that if you're passing such judgment on Kristen's life. So I think Kristen would rather be an unwed mother than wed to you, which is basically like being, I think, an unwed mother. Because Jax was talking on the after show and he was saying that he thinks, this is what he thinks. I hope I screen recorded this because it was so freaking douchey. Is this it?
Like to get back out there as a single guy at the pool party. It was scary. One thing that you got.
Okay, that's stupid Sandoval. Nobody cares. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, come on, Jolene. Do it. No, okay. So many screen recordings. So little time. Oops. Because Jax was like, he wants to basically treat it like he wants to treat marriage like an auto, like a car lease. Okay? He said, I think after 10 years, you should be able to go in, and you just say, hey, let's reevaluate. Do we want to keep this model or do we want to upgrade to a new model? Do we want to pick up a new lease? Do we want to buy something? Or do we just want to end the contract and go with a different car dealer, a different car brand? Do we want to stay with Honda or do we want to upgrade to a Subaru? I think you should be able to do that. And I'm like, excuse me, what? What? So that's what he wants to do. He thinks this is how serious this man takes marriage and relationships, a commitment that is supposed to be, when you enter it, you hope it's forever. He says, no, I think in 10 years you'll be able to reevaluate. Do you still want this? Do I still want this? Is this good? Because he's saying this because he definitely does not want to be married to Brittany anymore. He's not attracted to her. He's always tried to do a build a Brittany, build a bear with his girlfriends. He's just a cheater. He's not gonna be happy. I mean, we know he was saying mean stuff about her when he was last on the show, having sex with people, got caught with Faith, and then with the Reiki. It's just not good. Ugh, Brittany. And it's like, Brittany, you need to free yourself. Why would you even marry this man? He is garbage, and he doesn't even really like you. He just wants to tote her around like, I'm a changed man. Look at me. And I'm Brittany. He was going like, Brittany saved my life. You should save your own life. You should make yourself a better person. It's not a woman's job to save problematic men. It's not our job. We're not your mommy. It's not even your mommy's job. You got to do that. You're an adult. So Jax is like, hates Luke. And Luke seems chill. Luke seems super chill. I don't know much about him. He's on Kristen's podcast with her. He's a Colorado dude, low key, introvert. He likes to fish. He's in Colorado 99% of the year, he says. But Kristen said, we're going to try to make a baby. And she wants to. She says she's 40. And Jack's like, she tried to make a baby with her ex-boyfriend a week before they broke up. And it's like, okay, and how is that your business? He's like, well, I don't want to have to pick up. You're not going to pick up the pieces of Kristen. She's a grown woman. She can do what she wants. So he spends, the guys scene of them playing golf, basically interrogating Luke about his plans. It's like, well, what are your plans, Jax? Are you going to stay with your wife? Because your wife's in a damn Airbnb and telling the world you don't want to put your ding-a-ling in her. So what you going to do? And she admitted she does backdoor. So I don't know what the problem is. I mean, there's not a lot of us that are doing the backdoor. I mean, well, there probably is. But there's some of us that aren't doing the backdoor. So she's giving you backdoor. And I bet it was Jax that requested the backdoor. And doesn't he allegedly have like a foot fetish where he like licks the sweat off people's feet? And also, why is his sweat brown? He said it was self-tanner, but they also said he has an addiction to like AM PM coffee. You're sweating brown, you're getting old, and you're Adderall mad. You should be happy with whatever you get. Okay? Did she get a chin implant? I thought it was just chin lipo. But it changed. Like she was like when she was talking. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was going on. Yeah, it's 2024, HC says, and they're still shaming unwed mothers like it's a stone age and the wheel is yet to be invented. For real. And you know, when there's an unwed mother, there's also a father. Where's that guy? But there's also situations like Lala's where she's like, I don't want to have to deal with a dad. I want my daughter to have a sibling, and I think that's fine. That's a woman's right. You're carrying the damn thing. You are, and I shouldn't say the damn thing, but you're carrying the baby. You're making the life. So if that's your choice, that's your choice, you know? And if it's not your choice, it's not your choice. But he's sweating poo. He's so full of shit. It's coming out of his pits, bro. Pits. Barb said he is full of toxins, especially in the brain. So Jax is just like, and Luke's like, oh, well, yeah. I mean, anything Jax hears, he jumps on. He's like, you only hear 99% of that, 99%, 99. Okay. All right. Well, just so you know, it's really hard out here. Yeah, tell that to yourself. Because like I said, your wife is running around here in high-waisted jeans and freaking little Madonna bra tops circa the Like a Virgin tour and running around town without you, talking to the paparazzi, telling them you ain't doing what you need to be doing. You're not throwing it down in the bedroom and you're not going to therapy and she's not coming home if you don't do that. You don't seem to be doing it. So, and then he was at the party and he was mansplaining motherhood. And Lala and Sheena heard him mansplaining motherhood to douchebag Jesse and Australian pull your pants down Brock. And Brock was so not interested. Brock was like, I can't wait to the pints. I can't wait till we take the pints down. Just pull down someone's pints, Jax. I don't want to talk about this. Me, I don't want to talk. Me, I'm trying to get Sheena to get a babysitter. But I don't want to talk about this. Brock was trying to eat his little like corn dog treat. He was like, I don't know. It was, and then Jax was so intense. He's like, and Chris is gonna have a baby, and I was watching his eyes bulge out, and I'm like, oh, I remember this, Jax. I remember this red face Jax, just like, Mah. And just like, this is what motherhood is. It's like, you don't know what motherhood is. You're not a mother. You're a father. Talk about fatherhood. Now, if Kristen wants to be an unwed father, then drag her. But she just wants to be an unwed mother. And you don't know if her and Luke are going to get together, or get married ultimately. But Jax is like, oh, did your other 5 boyfriends work out? So he's basically making Kristen cry. So Lala knows the assignment. She hears them talking about Kristen, mainly Jax, and how she's shouldn't be having a baby and she isn't ready for motherhood. And here's what motherhood is. And she doesn't realize. And then Lala's like, oh, okay. I understand the assignment. Let me go get, yo, Kristen, come over here. Yo, boom, boom, boom. Lauren from Utah, and pulls Kristen's over like, hi. And then Jax just starts being the rudest piece of rude that ever rooted to Kristen because he just feels he can talk down to her. He's always mad at her. He's like, she's like a sister. And that Janet woman on the show is like, don't say that. You've had sex with her. That's gross. Yeah. Most people don't have sex with their siblings. I mean, nobody I know. So, yeah. She's not your sibling. She's basically an ex-fling that's now besties with your wife. Weird, but it's the Vanderverse. So here we are. And so Kristen basically starts crying, like, you don't know if I'm ready. You don't know. And he's like, you said you wanted to have a baby with, your ex. What are you talking about? And she was like, no, I didn't. I said I didn't want a baby with him. I might have said I was going to try for a baby with, but I wanted the baby, not him. But now I met someone who I want the baby with. And I'm just thinking, Jax, you have so many problems in your life that you don't, just leave Kristen alone. Leave Kristen, whatever Luke's doing. And he's like, no, you sat over here and you said, I heard you said you wanted him to shoot up the club. And she's like, what? I'm sorry, what? What? Oh my gosh. Right, Heather? Jax hasn't changed at all. He always hyper-focuses on one person and won't let it go. Will not let it go. Because then he doesn't have to focus on the disaster that really is his life. And we're going to see him open this bar. And apparently it's a bar within a bar. So he doesn't even own, he just rents a space of the bar, allegedly, in the back. Next time in LA, I might have to check it out because this seems very sad, very, very desperate. And this is a guy who went around doing interviews saying, I would never, no, if you open a bar, it's a recipe for disaster for your relationship and your marriage. And then he opens a bar. So it's like he wants this relationship with Brittany to fail. And he'll probably pull a Sandoval and he'll be like, she wouldn't lose the baby weight and she and her chin. And I realize I don't like her accent. He's just gonna do that. Yes, Mallory, that's what I was thinking while watching. Mallory says Jax would have had lots of babies out of wedlock for sure if it weren't for abortion rights. Yeah. We remember, Jax, that you were getting people pregnant and then going, hey, do you need a little plan B? Do you want me to take you to the clinic? We remember that, Jax. So first of all, don't try to come at anyone like you're some kind of the Christian family man, sir. You were spreading your seed everywhere, and those women were left to clean up the mess. All right? You were like, condoms? Nah. And just shooting up the place. So don't try to tell us. No. Amy says, Brittany's not even overweight. That makes me sad. She's not pencil thin like most girls. Yeah, she's not. I mean, if you look at Brittany, I'm sure if we see Brittany in person, I'd be like, oh, Brittany would be a goal weight for me. I think the only thing with Brittany is get those boobs out of her because they're too big and they probably are very painful. And they're only for him. They're like his big fun jugs or something. It's like his toy. And girl, like, I think clothes would fit better, like everything. You'd be more comfortable. It just doesn't fit your body. The surgeon himself said it didn't fit your body. And then she's out there in like dresses and stuff where it's just the tots are, it's one thing for like some nice cleave, but it's like they're trying to escape. They're like, just let me out. They're like jail, just let me out. Because they can't breathe. Your tots have to breathe. They have to breathe. But no, I just think it's not, everybody ages, bodies change, and Jax didn't marry someone for love. He married someone that he built and someone he thought he could, kind of take advantage of. And he didn't truly take his vows, in my opinion, seriously, in that for better or for worse. I mean, we are all going to age. Our bodies are going to change. We're not going to be these hot little ones forever. That's just how it is. Our bodies basically, not to be morbid, but they wrinkle up and then we die, and you can keep shoving all the Botox and stuff. Sure, go ahead. But eventually we'll all get there, including Jax, who apparently he's very self-conscious about this hair thing. He took on a sponsorship with like a hair loss and he was talking about it forever. And I'm like, who cares? Why are you so I mean, I get it. Everyone has their self-conscious things. I understand that. But it's like, sir, there are bigger problems in your life. And so people have been, he's been talking about his balding. And so I guess he's just talking about regular old male pattern baldness in the back. But his obsession with like his looks and remaining young is definitely pushed off on Brittany, who's been on Jenny Craig for like 10 years. And we're like, you're not eating that shit. No, no. And I don't think you're supposed to eat that shit for 10 years. And it's just, Brittany's probably never going to be stick thin like she was when she walked into Vanderpump asking Lisa for a job in her little like short onesie, the little shorts and little tank top, because she's not in her 20s. She's had a baby. You put huge tots in her that don't fit her body. And, she's headed more near towards menopause than the other way. So he's not the type that is going to love his wife, no matter what she looks like, because he doesn't necessarily love her as a person. He needs that. He loves that body. Claire says, the fact is that Britt did want the big tatas. Jax wanted the next size down. Jax did complain that he was paying, so she should get to pick the size. Britt said, no, I want the bigger ones. Oh God. I remember Jax being like, he wanted really big boobs. And maybe Britt, she did work at Hooters. Maybe she thought, no, he'll like me more with these big tots. I need the bigger ones. But I just remember Jax shouldn't even have a say in what size her tits should be. Okay, I'm sorry. That's none of your business. You should love her with small tits, no tits, because those things all fade and droop and whatever. And horrible things could happen in your life where you might have to have like a mastectomy or something. You still should love your spouse. Like, it shouldn't just be about the tots, brah. Shani, thank you so much for the super chat. Hi, great review. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So yeah, I mean, I don't think Brittany is like a, I get what you're saying. I don't think Brittany is a victim in this. I think that's, that's the kind of perception she wants to put out there, is that she's just, I'm just Bear Chase Brittany. I'm so nice. It's like, no, you're nice, nasty. You nice, nasty. Because you say things, if you watch that after show, you see her say things and you're like, you can't be with Jax that long and there's not part of you that's like that. Come on, girl. So yeah, I honestly reduce the tots and you'll feel so much better. The way you'll be able to stand to be better. They're just too big. They're too big saline pouches. Dreadful Ruby says, it just seems so exhausting. It is, Ruby. A battle that will never end. It's such a privilege to age, yet people spend their entire existence worrying about the inevitable. Yeah. Because if you can age without being like, getting like a horrible sickness or something that's very debilitating, you're very lucky. So just the changes in your body, they're changes. And I'm sure, just the changes I've seen just entering in my 40s and stuff. But it would be great if we could embrace aging more than coveting the youth, because everyone is headed towards aging. We can't go back. So it never made sense to me why we put so much emphasis on the youth and beauty and those kind of standards when we're all headed to this place. So it makes us as a whole, as a society, fear aging, and thus, get to the point where we hate it, and we don't even want to, showcase aging in a positive light, or people who are aging gracefully, as they would say. Because our own fear, we just like, don't show us. We don't want to see the truth. So it's unfortunate. It would be great if we did embrace aging and body changes and all those things. But unfortunately, our society, for the most part, does not. So Kristen's not happy with all Jax's judgment. She says, if I want men to tell me when I can or cannot be a mother, I'd go hang out with Trump. And she brings back her classic, suck a dick, dude. And shout out to Bravo by Bitches for creating that little meme. But so ultimately, the party, and we get introduced to all the couples. No one's particularly impressive. These two are already separated post first season. We got like a season trailer. We're going to see fighting. Kristen's like, if I knew this was going to happen, I have to do this all over again. I'd rather be on Vanderpump Rules. So would you though, girl? Because I don't know how long that show is going to last as well. The only couples that I think might not be horrible to watch are going to be these two and their family. And then Janet and Jason, hopefully. So it looks like there's going to be drama. Brittany's going to call out Jax like, run hell. And he's like, she's crazy. She's a crazy bitch. And overall, I will say I'm going to give this a chance. Was I like enthralled and like, oh my God, it's so good? No. Do I love Jax? No, I don't. Brittany, Kristen, I'll watch Kristen. Janet, I'm going to see what Janet's got to offer. Miss America and iCarly, yeah, I'm going to see what's happening over here. But nothing, I don't care about the block hair guy. There's another woman that used to work at SUR, and they showed her, but we didn't get much of her backstory, but she went and had lunch, like I said, with block hair and Kristen, and they showed a picture of her with Peter, and they blurred out Peter. So justice for Peter, who clearly is not getting paid. And they're like, But the big thing that happened in this episode was just Jax constantly on Kristen. If I was Brittany, I'd be worried. Why is Jax so concerned with another woman's ovulation, ability to be a mother, have children, boyfriend situation? Why are you so invested? Do you still want to sleep with her? Are you nagging her? Are you doing that Andrew Tate method of nagging because you're just not over it? You want to go back to Sandoval's old apartment, put on Drive, and get your DS, and then you go downtown on her? Then you guys do it? Is that what's going on? So Yvonne, let me know what you guys think in the chat. Yvonne says, sorry, no chance to watch again. Repulsive and Thursday. I don't blame you. Nicole, yes, thank you, Nicole. Says make sure you hit the like. I do too, Ruby. I like the pregnant woman. She seems witty. She's given that early on Stassi energy. She seems pretty self-aware too, but we'll see. I mean, these people could prove us all wrong. But that's what we have going on in the premiere of The Valley. I finally watched it. It was what it is. But we'll continue to recap it. There'll be shorter recaps like this than the Vanderpump, unless it gets like really good or something. But yeah. We'll see you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. I have to, we're taking Buffy, my little Buffy beauty. She's going to a fancy groomer, Barking Beauties. And we're gonna get little bows in her hair. She's getting the works done. This is her first fancy groomer experience. Either I bathe her or we've done like a PetSmart thing, but now we found like a little boutique groomer. So Buffy's getting that experience. And we tried it for Teddy, but they don't take dogs. That are Teddy size, 60 pounds. And I guess that's I called 2 places. And I guess that's pretty common at these little boutique groomers that they don't take bigger dogs. So Teddy, I think Teddy's like, I don't care. You just bathe me, Mom. You bathe and brush me. And then, will take me in when I need my nails trimmed and all that stuff. So there you have it, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. I'll be back very soon with another No Offense, All Offense. We got to still talk about Rachel Raquel's latest podcast. We have lots of things every day to talk about. Thank you to my super chatters today. Olivia, Brea, Bree, thank you so much. I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Shout out to Minnesota. Shawnee, appreciate you guys. Thank you to those of you who hit me up on the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Shout out to all of my members and Patreon supporters. You guys are so appreciated. And just all of you being here are awesome. So I'll make sure you follow me on my social media because I'll do like a little before and after of Buffy. You can follow me at Joleen Lunzer on the TikTok and the Instagram, where I'll post a little short of Buffy and her doggy spa. But I'll be back again very soon, you guys. And like I always say, enjoy yourself because it's later than you think. Bye.